Today we're talking about quick takes off the mat at the museum. All right. Today we got Chuck Yagla, two-time NCAA champion for the University of Iowa, outstanding wrestler, 1980 Olympian and so forth, Waterloo native. And Chuck was at Iowa when they started this major winning championships and all that. But then after he got done, for 5 years he coached. And on those teams, you're talking about the Bannocks, you're talking about Jimmy Zaleski, talking about Barry Davis, talking about Randy Lewis. But when I asked who's the best athlete, best guy in that time frame, that in your opinion, tell us about who that is.
Yeah, well, people have asked me this before, and I tell people, the best, in my mind, the best wrestler to put on the Hawkeye singlet is Chris Campbell. I'm a little biased. I was a teammate of his. He was younger than me. He was bigger than me, but I liked working out with guys bigger than me, so I worked out with him a lot. But I don't hesitate to tell people that the best Hawkeye ever to put on the Hawkeye singlet is Chris Campbell. I mean, he doesn't have the best stats. Back then, you couldn't redshirt, so he didn't have the benefit of redshirting. But man, he was so good. He had everything. He had technique. He always worked hard. He was in great shape. He was strong, physical. I mean, quick, explosive. I mean, there wasn't a thing that he didn't have to be a great wrestler. Mentally tough. He was just unbelievable. Obviously, he was a two-time national champion. He got runner-up as a sophomore. And then after that, started wrestling internationally. We were obviously on the 1980 Olympic team. We boycotted, but then he kept wrestling in '81. He was a world champion in 1981. So, he was the best in the world. And of course, then, '84 came around and he was still trying to compete. He was starting to age a little bit like we all were back then. For the '84 team, he would have been probably, I want to say he was upper 20s, 28, 29, somewhere in there. But then he had some injury problems. I think he tore his knee up. So he was not 100% for the trials. I don't even know, I can't even remember if he actually even tried out in '84, but did not make the '84 team. And then, he ended up going to law school, became an attorney.
Yeah, we didn't hear from him for a long time.
Didn't hear from him a long time.
And then he resurfaced.
Got his law degree. Then finally, I think in 1990, he decides he wants to wrestle again. Of course, for him to make in college make 177 and then international make 180, it was a tough cut for him because he was a pretty good sized guy. So he came out of retirement, resurfaced, and wrestled the weight back then was 198, 90 kilograms. So he comes back and wrestled 198. And then I without looking up, I don't know the exact facts, but I think he made the world team in I think 90 or 91 and got the bronze medal in the world. And then at the age of 36 or 37, he makes the Olympic team in 1992 and gets a bronze medal. And I think he lost to one of the best Russians ever. That I don't know the scores, but had that one. Those Russians were so good back then at every weight class. But he had one of the all-time greats. I think was his weights. I want to say it was Kadartsev, but I don't know the exact names, but unbelievable at that age. I just can't even imagine at 36 or 37, wherever he was, to come out of retirement and to make the Olympic team and then get a medal. Unbelievable. So, no doubt in my mind, best Hawkeye ever. And there's a lot of people, I'm not putting disrespect to anybody else, but Chris Campbell, best ever.
Chris Campbell. Boom.